Listen, I know it's not easy being with someone in the public spotlight. The news broke, you were taken aback, and so I did expect for you to come and have questions for me. But I also expected for my words to hold a little more weight.
I did say that I came to apologize, right?
All right, Sistas fans. Now, one of the reasons why I gave last night's episode a 10 out of 10. Now, a lot of people agreed with my score. They said, you know what, Jeremy? You're not just handing out 10 out of 10s. These past 3 episodes have been pretty good. You know, I've had a couple people be like, well, you know what? I think episode 7 was more like an 8 instead of a 10. I felt episode 6 was like a 8.5 or 9, but not a 10. But here's my thing, and maybe I'll do a video over the next few days kind of breaking down what goes into my thought process of a 10 out of 10 score. But the short version is an episode that answers questions along with moving the plot forward. And even better, when there are some surprises that even I didn't expect. And if you've been on the channel long enough, you know I create so many videos that I dang near predict almost every potential outcome. But then there are times where I'm caught completely off guard. But then, of course, my favorite part is when characters within the show address something that I publicly criticized or I felt some kind of way about. And this video, we're talking about the subject that was my personal favorite scene of last night's episode. Aside from Fatima running from her office to the hospital when Andi said she could go. But when Jordan told Andi, and I'm not even going to say told her off, but basically told her what's what. And I was here for all of it because you all know last week, well, technically the week before last when the promo dropped, and then last week I was like not feeling it, and now we got this week. During the first part of the episode when Brenton and then Mrs. Willis pretty much vouched for Jordan, and then Andi's all excited because don't act like I forgot Andi last week. I'm gonna go break up with Jordan. You know what? I'm having to deal with so much at the office right now. It's embarrassing. The stares, the whispers. And then when Jordan's like, look, you've been ignoring like what, 20 of my calls, and I really need you to stand by me through this. No, I need some clarity. And now all of a sudden, because you had your own like investigator, then you had a billionaire like Mrs. Willis vouching for you, vouching for him. All of a sudden, I'm going to go break up with Jordan. Is now I'm going to go see my man. And I loved when she rushed over. This was, I mean, look, I know this new actor is not the same actor as what was it? Sean Cigar, the original actor for Jordan last season. I know this new actor is getting a lot of flack from fans because honestly, I can agree. Because I said I would wait, several episodes before I formed an opinion, but the chemistry between he and Andi just really aren't there compared to the first Jordan. Even though the first Jordan was only in a handful of episodes, it kind of felt like, okay, something was kind of budding there, but the swift change in dynamic between actor to actor is noticeable. But I will say that this, personally to me, in last night's episode, was my favorite scene from the quote-unquote new Jordan. And that's the fact that he let Andi know, look, so now you believe me because you had to outsource it. So basically, you had to send this person to look into the story. And then this incredible potential client that could make your career, I vouch for you to have her go check you out as a potential lawyer. And once she gave her stamp of approval, now all of a sudden you believe me. And it's important because Jordan made a good point. Look, this is the world of politics. This one situation with these allegations will no doubt be the first of many that I'm going to have to deal with throughout my career. So if you go run and hide at the first sign of trouble, then it ain't going to work. I mean, I really do feel like that should have held more weight, and it did. It did, but I just feel like, maybe some more should have been done with it, because the proof is in the pudding. Andy's all like, you know what? Hey, I won't run and everything, because when she said that, I automatically thought about Fatima, and I did just see the 30-second promo for next week, and you could argue that she's running, but she's dealt with a lot of crap, so I can understand her leaving that situation with Zach if she chooses to do so. But more importantly, to the Andi point, she comes in there running over him, just, kissing him and everything. I ain't gonna lie, I would have folded. But, yeah, I'm like, Jordan just isn't, there. And I get it, because, okay, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm thinking to myself, it just goes to show how self-serving Andi is, because I felt so bad for Jordan during the beginning of the episode. Brenton, a friend from friend from law school, Andi had him look into it to verify if Jordan was telling the truth or not. Then Mrs. Willis talks about how I met with a Jordan Williams for what did she say, breakfast this morning, and I talked to him, and I was about to say, I was one of his early people to endorse money into his campaign, and I wanted to see if my money was being burnt up for nothing because of these allegations. And I know you probably ripped him a good one, even better than I could. Yeah, yes, we had a very in-depth conversation about it, and I'm like, you lying heifer, you ain't had no conversation. You ignored him yesterday, almost 30 calls you ignored. Then he had to hide out in the parking garage of your job just to run up to see you. And even then, you didn't even really listen to him. The conversation wasn't about Jordan. The news, what's going on? The only conversation was you ripping him a new one because of how the story made you look at work, the embarrassment and crap. You never gave him a chance to explain himself. He basically said, hey, I don't know this girl. This is a lie. I have no idea what's happening with this. And then you just blew him off. Then from there, he called you later that night. He's like, look, the cops believe me, and I really need you to stand by me through this. And what did you say? No, I can't. It's like, wait, are you breaking up with me? No, I'm just saying that I need more clarity. So she went through 50 different steps in order to get the clarity she needed rather than believe her man. And I love the fact that Jordan stood, even though he was sitting down, he stood 10 toes deep. And he absolutely told Andi what needed to be said. And I mean, this isn't one of those times where Andi's being called out for her actions, and then she can try to hide behind the guise of, you're calling me a whore. And then the guy will be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. And then they'll make up. But no, this is I'm calling you for what you are. A self-serving tramp. I mean, think about it this way. You got to wonder why Andi truly ran over there to Jordan's house. Was it because A, his name was clear and she got the verification she felt comfortable with? Or B, the fact that Jordan went out of his way to, as Hayden said, to drop a whale, not a big fish, but a whale on her doorstep outside of her office to hopefully get her into the partner position? Because that's what it is. Men have to buy her these outlandish gifts or do something that's going to propel her career forward in order for them to get any love from her. Because I wonder, let's say if Brenton didn't find any information, or if Jordan didn't talk to Miss Willis, and Miss Willis is a freaking billionaire, so I believe she's probably busy with a hectic schedule. And, I think I don't think this conversation happened last night. And when I say last night, I mean he and Miss Willis didn't talk after the allegations came out. This was probably one of those things that just happened. But then again, Miss Willis said she met with him for breakfast just to go over the allegations because I just wanted to see if I was wasting my endorsement money on him. So I don't know if during that particular breakfast was when Jordan recommended Andi, because I would hate for him to have done that as a way to get through to Andi, because it's I would just hate that, because she said she didn't, basically she acting like she doesn't believe you and she doesn't want to talk to you. So why in the world would I go out of my way vouching for Andi by getting her a billionaire client to propel her career as a way to say, baby, talk to me? No. I would like to think this was done before the allegations dropped, but I don't know. Maybe not. But regardless, Andi did say that she would not run away again, but like I said, I don't know. And Jordan my favorite bit was Jordan talking about how in this game of politics, these kind of things happen a lot. So what do you think if presented with another obstacle where Jordan has allegations, or what do they call it, mudslinging, when that's done in politics? Do you think Andi is going to stand by her man and support him, or do you think she's going to run at the first sign of danger because of how that will make her look in the public eye and in her career? So with that being said, I personally like the scene, acted well by both actors, and I just love these moments because I really do feel like having Andi apologize, but only really do so because she got something out of the deal, was, I got a huge client. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.